Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trading with Ashley show. It's gotten a little cooler where I live, so hopefully you all are enjoying the seasons that are changing. I wanted to talk to you today because it's options week, and one of the things I love most about options is how we can get out of a trade that has gone bad. We all have those days, we all have those trades, but if you can come up with a way to actually recover from the trade, then you just don't feel so bad. So here's what happened. This morning early, I had noticed that Target's earnings were poor and the stock started to tank. Well, we actually had taken a trade in the community and we had sold a put at the $150 level on Target. And we had sold it a while back and we went actually past earnings just so that we could account for some of that potential dip and then recovery. But because we do have this incredible tool right now with MSTR and MSTX, I was able to come up with a strategy that we were able to get out of our original trade, take that money that we were using for the trade that was being held, because when you sell a put, you need the cash in your brokerage account, and that is so that if you put the shares, that the money's there and you will have 100 shares put to you at your strike price. So they hold on to those funds so that you can't trade with them and then the money's not there. But once you get out of the trade, then they release the funds so that you can go use it on a different play. And so that's exactly what I did today. We went ahead and bought back the contract that was now underwater. So we lost a little money buying back the contract. But then I was able to find the other play and we were able to use actually a less amount of money. So 15,000 was the original play. This one was only taking 12,500 and we went and sold a put expiring on the very same day. And we were able to get even more premium than the loss we took on the trade. And so being nimble and being able to come up with a way to actually manage your trades is such an important part of being a professional options trader. And we are making such good money. It has been such a blessing for everyone in my community. The feedback that I get from everybody is so helpful. One thing that I do that I think is helping the community is when I take a trade, I actually explain what my thought process was so that they can not only get a trade signal, but they can better understand the mechanics behind the trade and what's going on in my head, at least when I'm taking it. And I think that's important. It helps build integrity with your community, and it's important that your community understand how you're thinking and how you're trading so that they can internalize that and learn from it. And speaking of community, I have the most wonderful trading community in the world. They are not just professionals and just so helpful and wonderful to each other and serious about trading. They're just kind people. And so we've just had a very busy day together, and they have been there for me all day long. And we've been working together and coming up with different ways to make money. And most importantly, they are making money. And one thing is true, I truly do care about my community. It is lonely if you don't have anybody to trade with. And when I was trading, by myself, I would try to tell people about my wonderful trades or something that I was, pondering or trying to get out of if I wasn't comfortable with it, and they didn't understand. They didn't have a point of reference. So if you're one of those people and you're out there and you're trading and you're by yourself and you want to join a community of traders that are like-minded and supportive, consider us, because we do enjoy each other's company for sure. All right, let me take you into the trade and explain to you what happened and show you how I corrected the issue, and maybe you can use this to help yourself on a future trade. Let's take a look at the trade itself and what happened. So here it is. It's the $150 strike price. This was December the 20th. Now, the reason we sold it out as far as we did was that if Target was going to dip, we did not want to risk early assignment by being too close. Plus, we wanted time for the actual trade to bounce if it hit a level of support. But when we saw that it was turning red, one thing I wanted to do was wait until it was the optimum time. And it looks like I did time it pretty well. If you see right here, I bought back the contract for $23.56. Right now at the close of day, the contract sits at $28.33. 23, so it would have been more expensive to get out of this had I waited, but I watched for a small bounce that happened after we had a little bit of a sell-off, and that's when I executed the contract. So my goal was to go and find another play that would compensate me at least 23.56 and that would expire December the 20th so that I could take the money that's being held for this trade. Because if you see here, this is a $150 strike price, which means this is actually holding $15,000. Whatever trade I'm looking at, I want to utilize that same $15,000 and go put it in another trade that I have more confidence in so that I can get the money back. Well, of course, we're very blessed to have the volatility behind MSTX. So let me show you the trade that I found to replace this 23.56 and actually compensate me even more. And here's the trade right here. This is MSTX, and MSTX is riding quite high right now. And so here's the trade I took. I went ahead and took that $15,000, and I only needed $12,500 of it because this is a similar price stock at $125, whereas the other one was $150. And I went ahead and sold this put December 20th, same expiration date as the other, only utilizing $12,500. And for that, I received $29.66 in premium. And so the beautiful thing here is I actually profited $6.10 when you take into account that I sold this one for $29.66 and I bought the other one back already that was $23.56. So that's how I not only saved the trade, but I profited from the trade. Now let's see what has to happen to MSTX for this to expire 100% worthless and allow me to keep this $29.66, which ended up being $2,966. Here is our play. It's MSTX, and it is a leveraged play on MSTR. And MSTR really follows Bitcoin's movement because MSTR has a lot of Bitcoin on its balance sheet, and the way that the accounting rules are, they are now going to be able to report that on their balance sheet, and that should continue to fuel this particular stock. Plus, they take all of the money that they raise from creating new shares and they buy Bitcoin with it, and because it affects their stock price, it pushes it up even further. So it's kind of a perpetual loop. It's kind of cool. Now, what's going to happen here is as long as on our expiration date, December the 20th, that our stock that we sold a put on is trading above 125, because that was our strike price, then we will be able to keep all of that premium and we will not be put the shares. But if we are trading below 125, let's say we're trading at 100, then we're going to be put the shares for 125, even though it's only trading at 100. So that will appear to be like a loss, and we would just have to wait for recovery until it came back up to our strike price to do anything with it. We could sell it for a profit as if it went beyond 125 at that point, or we could start selling covered calls and operate the wheel. But just so that you can see how it runs with everything that is attached to it, MSTR is a good stock to compare it to because it's the big sister or the big brother per se, and this is the little sister. But look at the difference right here. You have MicroStrategy up 38%, and you have MSTX up 95%. And then if we go ahead and add Bitcoin to the mix, you can see how it is a leverage play on Bitcoin as well. So if you put Bitcoin in here, now you see that Bitcoin was up 3.85%, and this was obviously quite the leverage play on Bitcoin. If you move to the month time frame, you can kind of see how these numbers change, but it's definitely a correlation between Bitcoin, MSTR, and then MSTX. I hope you found that helpful and it opened up your way of thinking and gave you some options on maybe you can use something like this on a future trade so that you can recover the money that you may have lost on a losing trade. So for all of you that were following my MSTR $25,000 challenge, we were going to see how far we could get by selling options on the stock MSTR or its little sister MSTX, and the results have been phenomenal. Now, it has been a bit challenge this week because typically you sell options when a stock is down and it just won't go down, but I did find a way to come up with a trade that I think is going to yield us an additional $500, actually $550. Now, I am working on a new challenge for all of you. I'll be announcing that that soon. I know that that's fun to trade as a part of a challenge and as part of a community. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And remember, if you are with me trading with Ashley, there is no trader left behind.